quite as much.
Yeah, because Cassante, when you push Cassante into turret, that's when Cassante becomes strong. So you can only get so much.
Oh!
All right.
The Zeka Corky. So we've had Zeri Lucian. We've been upset about that. I'd like to remind everyone of our old friends, Azir Corky in the mid lane. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about a stale meta here.
And so, like, all right, so there's some other parts of this draft, right, that could go well, because this isn't going to be it in the early parts.
Yeah, this ain't it right now, because we've got, oh my goodness, okay, Light Binding will connect. Oh, this is really sneaky from Cleared.
Kellen still has his binding.
Are they actually going to get caught out? This is such a huge moment. The flash from Deft, really good.
And once again, Canyon sees, okay, there's an opportunity here, just drop Herald.
Yeah.
Toss my ult in, and Lux loves roots, you know? She's going to be very happy.
And now she's got a Maokai. So yeah, lots of roots available. That is the ultimate, flying into Canyon. He gets knocked up by the bubble as well. Tidal Wave comes in, Deft. Pretty low, but the turret is not going to stay alive.
I spent a lot of time, you know, in this early game, I hold that. I thought Clid's looking for a pick.
Yeah, that is once again Deft going to get caught out. Does have his flashback up as the culling is not quite going to reach the Caitlyn. Holds on to both of his summoners now as he holds Clid at arm's length. Sidesteps, and he's still alive. Clid finally goes down as that's first blood, and they just couldn't get to the Caitlyn.
I mean, some tools in the tackle box, let's say, if we're going with a fishing analogy. Speaking of,
well, Kellen is going to get culled, and in goes Viper, picks it up.
He's going to be up for the objective fight, so some extra money going over. Can you siege the turret is the next question.
Well, Glacial Prison comes in, Canyon has to flash. Nature's Grasp comes out, as now D+, without their Renekton. I'm alive, 5 men strong, standing in this river. The traps are set up for Deft. Just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough as the Tidal Wave.
Otherwise, just kind of be a side lane threat and be that potential collapse. As you can see, we're going back to smallmouth Kellen over here. As this gets cold, doesn't want to flash before the objective, so just allows the kill to go over. He definitely could have flashed his way out of that one, but it's just like, use any of his power here in this mid game. Like, he hasn't punished any. Viper is like just out here for free.
Well,
you know?
Deft is almost dead, as Viper is,
Showmaker going for Banshee's Veil to try to mitigate.
Oh, that's a big flash from Kellen. They're going to look for Zeka here as Headshot comes down. He's very close to dead, but they've caught Canyon. The Tidal Wave avoided by the Twisted Advance. You love to see it as now Viper able to dash his way out of this one. Deft desperately trying to get in range. Life has to flash. Showmaker turns up and booking it towards this turret. Kellen, can he actually find a final spark angle? Try and take down these minions as Showmaker coming in from the side. There's a final spark, doesn't really hit onto these ones as Nature's Grasp comes in yet again, tanked up by Kingen really nicely, but is he going to die? He's Cassante, so the answer's probably no, as there's the flash. Caitlyn picks up that kill, and now Canna on the flank. They've all tunneled in, but Canna's taking so much damage. The Emperor's Divide from Showmaker, and he's turned it around. D+ here, they found their window, and Half-Life Esports just climbed in it. Oh, it's a disaster. It's now Viper versus the world as Caitlyn picks it up. Surprise Teemo indeed.
Orianna in the choke point, you're like, all right, yeah, maybe. You've got a Draven, maybe you have enough damage long term. As this is really well set up here by Canyon and Kellen. You're not getting our turret. They have to evacuate. Kingen gets caught here. And then you're like, okay, we got Tidal. Maybe we could turn. But there's a Crocodile pushing through the top side. There's no way out. And, I mean, Showmaker just says, sorry, you guys are all dead. It is a doomed situation. Like, it might actually maybe lose 1 or 2 is what you're thinking is Hanwha, as Canyon says, or rather, Showmaker says, nope, it's a wipe. And as HLE, what do here? Do you put Cassante to try to kill an outer turret top? There are no options. You can't win the Drake fight, you can't side lane, you can't push bottom.
And it was just, beforehand, you were like, yeah, but we've got Corky who can do ridiculous things. As Canyon just walks in and takes Viper's lunch money. Blitz going to interrupt the blast cone though, as here is the Nature's Grasp. Teleport to come forward. Canyon's basically unkillable. Final spark goes right through Hanwha Life, and Clid is just going to die. Canyon having a field day. Don't give this guy Maokai. His champion's broken. Zeka could be the next one for D+ to use to try and break this one open. As Zeka find a flank angle. Or finds a flank angle. That one's a plural. As Ace in the Hole comes in, ebb and flow to get some health back for the Corky. Deft is running so damn fast, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Cloud Soul's pretty silly. His Tidal Wave going to be avoided by Deft right there. I think he's running faster than even he expected himself to run.
D+ have not been able to have drafts like this. This is the best like type of draft we've seen with D+. We talked about it in the stats. We've talked about it in weeks 1 and 2, right? Where even I was overreacting, like, man, this team could actually be the best. When they are given tempo leads in drafts like this, they don't mess it up. And HLE opted into this, right? So, you know, D+ are like, cool, this is what we're good at. Like, this is a very comfortable game for us, and we are going to show the teamwork. We're all going to be on the same page because, like you said, there were definitely some issues. And this is a Baron that they do not have a package.
Sante's not here. He's in the bottom lane with no teleporters. It's not going to be stolen by Clid. You do also need to kill a Nexus. So that's what's next. As Deft is walking very, very quickly, gets to press R and then do that, as we can see, as Viper dives onto Canyon. Suboptimal target if you want to kill it.
And we might actually be able to live through this Baron, but the Elder spawns in 10. Canyon's back at full health.
Life Binding is going to miss. And now there's the flash forward. Viper going to cleanse immediately. Final spark, and Canna avoids. I feel like Kellen has been super consistent.
Yeah, it's between Kellen and Deft for me right now. 100%.
Well, that's the Elder. They've got the Soul as well. Nature's Grasp going to come through here as Canna is going to find Clid. There is absolutely nowhere for Bristle and Sejuani to go.
Cloud Soul. That seems balanced. That's a lot of. That's enough speed, I think.
100% kill participation in this game. I think I'm going to give it to him.
Well, Canyon is just going to boot back the Lucian, and that is going to say goodnight to at least that form of damage. Zeka is still there to try and wave clear, but it's not really going to work. Canna fighting against Kingen. The Cassante going to try and teleport towards his Nexus turret. Don't know whether that was all that safe given the amount of damage that they had available, but this game is definitely in its twilight hours or minutes or seconds. As Kingen's going to go golden, the rest of them are relegated to the fountain, and D+ here, they will come back in this week's LCK. They'll take down this Nexus, and we'll see whether they can do another one, because this was so much better.
레네 그냥 텔 찍어
지금?
미드 안 먹어도 돼 미드 안 먹어도 돼
야얘 끊었어.
루시안
나 얘랑 놀게.
루시안
잡았어
얘랑 놀게.
가지 말던가 오지 말던가
얘랑 놀게.
코르키 조심해
저장 근데 그거 없어 그 뭐냐 총알 없어
혁경 앞을 그 헤드샷 해볼래? 나 그 바로 안전하게 진짜 안전하게 쳐서 끝나 오케이
크샷한테 노플이야?
찬테 텔 끊겼는데?
아니야 이 탔어.
천천히
남이고.
나 앞라인 칠게 이거 잡자
얘 볼게.
나는 사이 맞아?
와 패스 밀게 살려 나이스